Hello there, it's me, Sari here again, and today I'm here with a video telling you that I've got 15,000 subscribers on YouTube and CreaLies is here to celebrate that fact with me. And I've got a really nice thing to show you. New stuff is coming out. I've got 3 sets of stamps, some kaleidoscope stamp looking things, really beautiful patterns. The same patterns and images go to dies that are just a size larger. So there are these 3, and the one is hidden in the back there, and the third part is stencils. So you have the same patterns in all 3 sizes, and you can do different kinds of things with these. So let's see what I can show you, what I have started working on, and what I could actually show you how to do right here and now. So these will be released on the 30th of May, and well, let's see what fun we can have. I started out stamping the small stamps in order to create a background like this. I stamped it with the, I believe it was Memento ink, and then I colored it with some Copic markers. And just look at that really beautiful pattern. And I just decided on keeping everything black and white except for those flowers, and I could have some simple kind of a saying to this. So this is one way to go about it. Just remember to actually have the right kind of ink to the right kind of coloring medium. And then when it comes to creating this, I thought that I could actually show it to you. So in this case I've actually taken a stencil and some inks and a brush or 2 just to see where I could go with it. And you know what, I could actually benefit from this tape, perhaps, I'm not sure. I usually like to actually keep it in place like so with my hand. So I'll be taking out some brushes and I'll be experimenting with Memento ink. Let's see how it works. I've got these small dewdrop inks. And in order to create this white effect, I mean, I must actually brush on something else on top of the stencil. I think it's self-explanatory, but I'm hoping you'll still find the video sort of informative and inspirational. So let's see where I'll end up with this. So I'm just going to take some ink here, and I must be patient or just take care of where I'm going to put it. And I need to hold on to the stencil while I'm doing this. So in this case I'm just trying to concentrate on the flower itself inside, and then I'm going to take another color just to mix it up with something else. So I'm thinking perhaps green and blue could go nicely together. So I'm taking up another brush which is prepared for green colors. So I'm thinking of pulling it out from the green a little, take some more and just work it in. I'm not sure how well the Memento inks are going to blend. Had I used some Distress inks, they would have blended a little bit better. The Distress Oxide inks wouldn't have blended that well, but the regular Distress inks would have. And then I'm going to go for orange, and I'm going to shift brushes again. And I'm making sure that the stencil is in its place. And in this case I'm actually going to drag it outside the stencil like this. So the question is, should I even go for another color, for a 4th one? And I'm thinking perhaps red could be nice. So Ladybug is going to be my choice. And I'm going to work it from the outside there. And I've got a sort of a wax canvas underneath here as a surface, as a working surface. So it's easy access for me to clean it up with a baby wipe or something like that. And you see that I'm going to getting these splotches when I'm just putting the brush there with the ink right straight from the ink pad. Yeah, so you can see that it's not getting that pretty, but if you want to avoid that, you could actually go in from the outside inwards. So I'm going to get a softer look. So that's where I'm at right now. And if I'm going to lift this one up, let's see what it looks like. It's alright, isn't it? But I don't see that much blue in there, so perhaps I should go for a darker blue. I think I'll go for some teal zeal instead. Just to see if I can break things up a little, because I think the green one is a little bit too strong. So now of course I'm getting a little bit stronger variation in colors, because I'm just taking it directly from the ink pad. It got a little bit better, I must say. So I think I'm going to be satisfied there. And so that's basically how I work with it. And of course I could continue stamping with various background stamps or something like that. I did die cut this one, and it's the same shape as this one. I thought I'd just show you how I did this. So I'm going to need some embossing ink, and I'm just going to go wild and use the wax canvas that I've got here, and I'm going to ink it up really well. And then I'm going to take some embossing powder, put it in the jar like that, and I'm just going to pour it in and shake it up a little, just so I can get it covered all together. And I'm going to take it up, and I'm going to put the lid on just for safe sake. Put it to the side, and I'm going to find an embossing gun, and hopefully I'll be able to heat set this without burning my fingers. I usually like to use a pair of tweezers, but I haven't got those at hand now. I'm not sure if you can see that the powder is starting to melt, and it's going to look really nice and shiny. I believe that the background is a little bit too dark for you, but I'll show it to you when it's done. And I didn't actually pick the right one to match with the other one, but I just want to show you this technique of how you can actually make your die cuts look a little bit more fancy with some embossing powder on top. So if this would have been the perfect match to this, it could have been really nice there, couldn't it? But I think that the black one is a better match to this. So I'm thinking if I were to glue it down, I would definitely go for some glossy accents, because that's a really strong glue. And it's clear, so it will dry clear, and it dries rather quickly. And just by positioning it on the petals like that, with the tip there to the other tip, I can actually get a really nice even fit there, and I think it's going to be really lovely. Of course I could go on, continue decorating this, or just be satisfied with this one. So that's one way to go about it. And I was thinking of actually showing you one more thing you could do, and I'm going to move on to the stencil at hand. And it's nice to actually go back old school like things and do things like that. So if you are interested in, let's say, coloring things with, let's say, watercoloring mediums, you could actually do a bit of drawing with a pen that is color waterproof, and you could get a pattern like this. And this will take a little bit of time, so I'm not going to do all here in this video, but I'm just going to show you what I mean with this. I'm going to go in just a little bit closer. I'm going to use my regular pencil here, so you understand I'm not going to be able to use any kind of medium with this, but just trace the stencil really. This is what I did when I was a child. I used to trace things, trace patterns, I mean. And just go about it, and this could be sort of meditative for you. Just go around the shapes and everything. Don't forget the holes and so forth. And when you have done it completely, You could have something looking like this, and then you could start color it in with the chosen medium for this pencil that I've used, or pen. So that's it from me, but before I leave, I'm going to give you the chance of actually winning a set of, let's say, that one, and that one. So one step, one die, and one stencil. That's what you're going to get from me. I'll be sending it to you from me here in Gothenburg, Sweden. So 3 different sets with these beautiful dies, templates and stamps. So 3 winners are going to be lucky this time. I'll be choosing them with a random number generator, and you do have until, let's say, the 10th of April to leave your comment. 8 o'clock Central European Time in the evening. So 8 o'clock, 2000 hours. And I wish you luck, and I hope to be back soon again. Bye-bye.